Yo, what's going on? In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to promote your Ark PS4 server by writing better descriptions so that people actually want to join your server. So stay tuned.
It's been a cold winter and it's lasted far too long.
If you want to get your Ark PS4 server set up in minutes instead of messing around in the Nitrado expert settings for hours, then go to arkps4servers.com/settings. Here you'll find downloadable settings codes that you can easily copy and paste to the expert mode settings of your Nitrado server and get your server set up ASAP. And if you want to get more players on your server and grow your community, then you can add your server to the site by going to arkps4servers.com and grow your community today. Yo, what's going on? I'm Jay Cartere from arkps4servers.com, teaching you how to be better. And I've seen a lot of, let's just be real, mediocre descriptions, terrible descriptions where, you know, you guys could be doing much better. So I decided to make this video to give you guys the advice that I know will help you and basically teach you guys a little bit about basic marketing to help you guys learn what you kind of need to involve in your descriptions to get people to take the action to come and join your server, or just to know if it's right for them, because some of you guys aren't even including that information. Now, throughout this video, I will be giving you basically all the things that you need to know, the key points, but I will create a description formula. The link will be in the description down below. That's that's ironic, description formula in the description. And that formula will basically show you, have a process where you can just fill in the points and write your description that way. It will also come accompanied with a video. I think I'll do a free version where you'll just have the PDF and you'll be able to work through it yourself, and then I'll do a paid version where I'll create a video that will be like a step-by-step process walking you through how to do it, so that, you know, if you need a little bit more help, you can get that and you can get that description up and running in a way that's going to help you bring in more players. And this will work for a variety of different things. Even if, you know, you use this description formula for Ark and then later on you want to market something else, it will help you out in that regard, because I've studied a lot of marketing, studied a lot of copywriting, and I've been implementing it in my own businesses, so I kind of know what I'm talking about. I've got over 1,000, probably like 2,000 right about now, 2,000 applications to join my personal servers. And that's not 2,000 players on the servers, because people come and people go. So I know how to get people to apply to join your server or to come through and check your server out. So what we're going to do is we're going to look through a few descriptions of servers that are listed on the Ark PS4 servers.com site. Now, this is not a dig at you guys. This is not an attack on you guys, so if I show your server, don't be upset that I showed your server. It's just showing an example of how people are writing their descriptions, and then I'm going to walk through my description on my server, my Cartere cluster description, which I'm not saying it's the best description in the world, but you'll see that it's it's generally better than the things that we're seeing out there, because it's just got more stuff in there. And I'll tell you the best formula to follow in order to get your server up and running the best way and get more people on there. So I think we got 1, 2, 3, 4 server examples that we're going to go through. They're going to be pretty quick because they have things like this. This is the description. This is the description that this gentleman thinks is going to sell his server. I think it just says, I don't understand Spanish, so I'm assuming it just says server 10 times with something. I don't know what Mercado means. If you know, leave it in the description down below. But that's not enough. It's just not enough. And over here, this description says, come join this new starting server, and any suggestions, you spot suggestions wrong, you gotta spell check. I highly suggest you do that. There's a free app called Grammarly. If you get that, it will spell check for you. Any suggestions you have, feel free to PSN message me. Not enough information here either. It's just like there's no information here. He has got a little bit of a subtitle here: boosted server, 100 times everything, lots of fun, tech drops, and friendly admin with a shop. Fair enough. Again, spell check, gotta do that. This has no description. It just says none. It just says the server name. Gotta do better than that. And this is probably one of the best descriptions I've seen. I don't know if this is supposed to have loads of dots or if he kept on writing past here, but it says this server is really great, a lot of fun, come along, bring some. I think he probably just copied and pasted this, which you're not supposed to do there. Like, you're supposed to put a subtitle. If he had watched the video that shows him how to list his server, then he would have understood that, but I guess this gentleman did not. I'm unsure if I added the video to that page. I will have to do that at some point. So description says this server is really great, a lot of fun, come alone, bring some friends. So I guess that needs spell checking. Admin of server. I'm the admin of the server, but I'm the second owner that runs the server. I am the second owner that runs the server. My name is Nick. PSN is it's Nick, mate. Please join. More players will up the slots. Please join more players. We will up the slots. I would be happy if you joined and help the server out. Hope to see you in the Ark. Spell check. Guys, write your description and then look over it and read it and see if it's working. Like, this is super basic. I didn't know I'd have to talk about spell checking, but you've got to make sure that people can clearly understand it, because if I have to think to understand what you're trying to say, then I'm just gonna go on to the next one, because you're making me work too much. Like, and this is just via spell checking. This isn't even the marketing and copywriting, which we're going to get into. So make sure you spell check. I'm not saying I'm perfect. Sometimes I don't spell check, and sometimes I miss things. Like, everyone misses things, but just try. Now let's go to my description. As you can see, it's a lot more meaty already. There are paragraphs. Yeah, there's not just one paragraph. There's not just one line. There are paragraphs. And I'm gonna quickly go through the process of what kind of things you should include in your server description, and then we're going to walk through my description and see, you know, what I've done over there, or we'll kind of do it at the same time. So first of all, a big idea that I want you guys to get in, like, take your notes down. If you're here with a notepad and stuff, you really should be, because we're gonna go into the deep end right about now. The best thing you guys want to know is focus on benefits. Focus on the benefits that the players will have if they come and play on your server. I see too many people just saying, come join my server, you know, help us out, help us get more players, that sort of stuff. It's all about them. There's no benefits for the actual players to come and join the server. You have to let people know what the result is that they can expect from playing on your server. That's what you're selling them on. That's what you're marketing to them. You're giving them the results. Stop talking about, you know, the features. Like, yes, let people know the taming speeds and all this sort of stuff, but that is very secondary. That should be at the end, when people have already understood all the great things that they can get from playing on your server and the type of experience they're going to get. As you can see, that's what I've included in my subtitle here. It says grind less and have more fun. That is the benefit that people will get from playing on my cluster. They will grind less and have more fun. Very simple, very succinct, very straight to the point. I should have also added grind less and have more fun, mature players only, or with mature players and no salty squeakers, so people clearly know this is a server for mature players only. You'll have no 12-year-olds doing trolling you and dealing with all that sort of stuff. So this is the place to be if you want to avoid that and you want to play with mature people. Very clear. Certain people will be like, yes, this is for me, and some people will be like, no, that's not for me. That's also very important, but we'll get on to that. The next thing is, who are you? Who are you as an admin? As you saw in the previous listing, that gentleman let us know that he was Nick and he's the second admin of the server. Very important. You need to let us know who you are as an admin, and the reason you need to do this is not to just big up yourself and say, oh whoa, didn't mean to do that. Not to just big up yourself and say, oh, I'm the admin, you know, I'm the greatest person in the world and all that sort of stuff, and talk about you for 3 paragraphs. No, It's so that you can build a little bit of a relationship with the person who may be playing on your server, and you can let them know like what you stand for a little bit, and you can basically alleviate their fears that you're going to have admin abuse, because that is what a lot of players are scared of: joining a server, investing time into that server, and then the admins just destroying all their stuff because there's a bunch of admin abuse running rampant. Like, this is a big problem with Ark servers. There's a lot of people who start servers and they just abuse people, and they just use their admin powers for bad, for evil. Personally, I do not do that. I don't believe in that, because I want to play on my servers. I'm not here to be god of my servers and be some sort of bastard. But some people do that, so you need to alleviate people's fears and let them know that you're not doing that. I've done that through my first paragraph, or my second paragraph, both of them really. I said, I'm Jay Cartere and I make videos on YouTube. This page is for those who want to play with me on my boosted Ark servers on the PS4. Now, because I'm a YouTuber, I've played that up a little bit. I'm more focusing on the fact that I make videos on YouTube and that sort of stuff. That's my selling point, to get people to know that if they play on my server, then they may be featured in my videos and that sort of stuff. That's what I've gone for here. But if you're not a YouTuber or you don't have a YouTube channel, then you should be focusing on the fact that you are a good admin. What are the types of things that you're going to be doing on your server? Are you going to be hosting events? Are you going to be building community places? These are the sorts of things that you need to be putting out there and letting people know what your admin style is. Are you very, very hands-on? Are there rules? Are there no rules? These are things that people need to know. So it says players will be featured in my Ark videos or live streams on my YouTube channel. Your name or channel name will also be listed in all my future video descriptions if you are a patron. I've already given a benefits for people supporting the server and becoming a patron. I will be editing this description actually, because we are changing a few things with the patron system, but I think this serves as a good example for me to just walk you through and kind of give you an idea of the types of things that you want to put in your description and how to write a good description. I am hosting fun, boosted PvP servers for subscribers and fellow mature Ark fans who don't have all day to grind out metal and tame a dino. Again, I'm hitting on those benefits. It's for people, for fellow mature Ark fans who don't have all day to grind out metal and tame a dino. People who don't have a lot of time. People who just want to play for a little bit every night and have some fun and be able to get off and come back on the next night and just chill out, and they don't have to grind for all day, which is what you got to do on official servers. It's mad. These servers are for mature players only, and you'll be able to enjoy the fun of Ark without the saltiness and constant grinding of official servers. So what I've done here is I've said who the server is for, which is very, very important. Make sure you note that down. And I've said who the server is not for. Both very, very great components, necessary components to have in your description. You need to be able to let people identify themselves as someone who this server's for or not for. Don't be scared of pushing people away, because there are certain people that you don't want on your server. That's just the truth. So let those people know you don't want them on the server. And then people who don't identify with that, who identify more with the type of person who you want to be on the server, they're going to be more inclined to actually join and come through and actually join your server. So I've let people know this is for mature Ark players. It's not for people who are not mature, basically. So some people may be like, what does mature mean? Blah, blah, blah. But they find out after they apply, and I let them know whether they can join or not. So there you go. Because I don't want people saying, okay, I'm this age, or I'm that age, and I'm this age. And then, you know, they just see that because it's in the description, and they just say what the right answer is and try and blag their way through, because people will try to do that. So let's continue through this description here. There are boosted modded drops on all servers. There are tech drops in the red drops on the Aberration and Island servers. Auto unlock engrams is also enabled, so you will unlock tech engrams at level 1, and you don't have to waste time unlocking engrams every level. Engram points and player levels are also raised so that you can unlock everything. See, now I'm giving people the details that they need to know if they want to join the server. Like, people want to know certain stats and that sort of stuff, but all the stats and harvesting rates are already here, so I don't really need to talk about that. If you're posting this description on maybe Reddit or the Survive the Ark forum or something like that, then you'll have to include those rates. But I'm just letting people know certain things that they wouldn't know if I didn't include them in the description. So letting people know that, and these are big selling points. People like boosted modded drops, so that's why I'm letting people know about it. I'm not just listing all the stats on the server. I do have a page on my site that shows them all the stats if they want to, but it's after a point where they can read more. It's not all in this description. So again, next thing, you want to let people know what makes your server special. What makes your server stand out from the rest? Personally, it's, you know, that I don't have any admin abuse, but that is showcased on my, what's it called, that's showcased on in my YouTube videos and that sort of stuff. So I haven't really included that here, although I could have put that here, but I do have that included in my on my actual main web page. I've actually shortened this description down a little bit to have it on this site. So right about now, we're basically playing up the strategic decision that I want people to make on these servers. So it's like, so you must make a strategic decision. Do you set up a main base on the maps with the tech to have a small advantage in firepower, which is the island and aberration, or do you set up a main base on Ragnarok where you have access to griffins, wyverns, and rock elementals? The choice is yours. I hope that this encourages some fun cross-map PvP as well as a bunch of strategies and power struggles. This is actually a new thing that I've implemented on my servers, but I think it's a very, very interesting concept, and the people that I want to attract to these servers are the kind of people who want to make those strategic decisions. More mature players who want to deal with, you know, strategic decisions, and they want to think and make choices instead of just, you know, grinding away all day and hitting rocks and that sort of stuff. So there we have that, and there is a community area where trades and smelting may be done in peace. There will also be weekly events when we get enough patrons where prizes can be won by players. An arena has also been created for PvP fights and team fights that players can bet on. So I'm giving more information about the server, about the types of things that you can expect, more benefits and features. There's a community area, so that will save you more time. There's weekly events, so that'll be fun, well, when we get enough patrons, that is. And there's an arena that's been created for PvP fights and team fights and all that sort of stuff. If you want to roleplay or you don't want to roleplay, then you are welcome on the server, letting people know they can roleplay or not. Remember, this is a PvP cluster, so PvP is encouraged and is not against the rules. Please do not join if you will moan when you get into a fight. I don't want moany people on the server, people who will join a PvP server and then be upset that they are engaging in PvP, be upset that someone raided them and come cry to me. Don't want those people on my server, so I'm clearly letting them know, do not come on the server. Then we've got the call to action, which is very, very important. You want a call to action to tell people, hey, message me on PSN, or hey, go to my website here, or hey, you know, whatever way you want people to contact you in order to get on your server. Maybe you just give them the name, you say search this in the Ark server thing to get on the server. You want to give a call to action. So here we go. If you want to join, then please go to jaycartere.com/Ark apply and follow the 3 steps to register. And over there, sorry, my alarm went off. Over there, we've got even more information to give people if they need it. And we clearly say over there that we don't want salty squeakers. We really should have had that in this description, because I didn't really go into that. I said without the saltiness and constant grinding of official servers, I should have let people know no salty squeakers allowed. But over here, when they come over here, they will learn that there's no salty squeakers allowed. It says, is there, I should have no salty squeakers allowed somewhere. So I've just looked through my page and it actually doesn't say no salty squeakers allowed. That is something that I will add to these descriptions when I have time, to be honest, because it's long. In all these descriptions, I've got like on 3 pages or something. So yeah, you want to let people know who you want on the server and who you don't want on the server. But I've basically focused these descriptions to letting people know that I want mature players. So if you're not a mature player, then it's kind of clear that I don't want you on the server, because it's only for mature players. I clearly say it's only for mature players. Where did I say that? These servers are for mature players only, and also in the title it says mature only. So you know, if you're not mature, don't want you on the server. But I could have also added no salty squeakers, because then it clearly says these are the people who I want on the server and these are the people who I don't want on the server. So I hope that makes sense. And yeah, that's what we've got. This should help you create your description and get involved and get more players on your server, because you'll be giving people enough information that they can make an educated decision, instead of just saying, hey, join my server, and all you've got are the server rates there. Like, why should they join your server over anyone else's? It doesn't make a lot of sense. You're not really making a compelling argument and giving people enough information to know what they're going to be getting if they come on your server. You really need to spell that out for them and make it as easy as possible for people to understand. Make sure you're spell checking and make sure you've included all the elements that we've talked about. You've let people know, you know, let me look at my bullet points. You let people know who you are as an admin, who this server's for, who it's not for, what makes your server special, and you have a call to action. Now, I will have a much more in-depth description formula that you can download in with the link in the description, and I'll also have a walkthrough video which will walk you through the process of how to use that, and that will enable you to craft a good description that will bring people to your server and convince more people to come and play on your server. So I hope this video helped you guys out. If you got any questions or any other videos, tutorials that you want me to make, please leave those in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching and liking and subscribing. I'll see you guys in the next Ark PS4 server tutorial. Peace out. If you want to rent your own Ark PS4 server, I recommend renting one from Nitrado. Go to jaycartere.com/Nitrado and use the coupon code JayCartere for 10% off. Now, if you go through that link, it does help out the channel, so please definitely do that. I use Nitrado servers for hosting my servers, and it's also the official provider of Ark PS4 servers. So definitely go to jaycartere.com/Nitrado and use code JayCartere to get 10% off your Ark PS4 server.
It's been a cold winter and it's lasted far too long. So all this warmth I share with you.